Hello, today we are going to talk about the crime activities in Turkey with interviewee and welcome to my interview
Hi.
for my homework.
Thank you.
If you're ready to do this, let's go then.
Let's go.
Can you tell me something about crime activities in Turkey? What's your opinion?
Crime in Turkey, it's not less than other countries, but it's also kind of safety. Like let's see, what the researchers say is that the crime intakes in Turkey, it's like safer like other countries like United Kingdom, maybe Bulgaria, Greece, something like this. So it's not less, not more.
Could you explain more details or something like this? Just briefly do this.
The crime in Turkey, it's mostly about robberies, maybe the personal attacks, kind of what else? Bribery, maybe governmental corruptions. This is the most common crimes in Turkey.
You gave me some examples about this, man. Then, have you ever observed or experienced this kind of sort of crime activities in Turkey in your daily life or your?
Yeah, I faced once a robbery. It was they break into my house. But unfortunately, they didn't. I believe they didn't have time to steal something. But it's all. This is one of the most common one anyway.
And where have you lived in before in your whole life?
Actually,
which cities? What cities?
Commonly, majorly, I lived in Marmaris, Izmir, and recently in Istanbul.
And can you compare these places to live in order to recognize the differences of crime activities?
Of course. The Marmaris, for instance, Marmaris is somewhere small, and it's touristic places. So actually, the police departments, they are more careful since it's touristic, and the population is small. But in Izmir, the crime gets higher because the population over 4 million people. Istanbul is over 15 million people, and the crime level is disaster when you compare to Marmaris.
So, if you were head of the police departments, and what would you do to solve this problem in your hometown, in your city, or something like that?
Yeah, there can be few comments about this, like increasing the number of the forces, increasing the CCTVs, which I believe they are very effective in terms of protection. And these are the major things, but since I'm not professional about it, I don't have much to say.
Yeah, I know, I see this, and then I'm gonna change the topic. And someone says that lack of education is really related to poverty and something like that. It's really related between the crime activities. And would you mind to say something about this relationship between these activities?
No, I don't mind to say about this, but robberies, thieveries, this kind of crime activities is based mostly about uneducated people. So these kind of activities are related with educating. But let's say bribery, it's mostly happening on the high level of governmental places or private sectors. So at the end, bribery is crime activity as well. So if someone wants to involve in crime, they involve, regardless they are educated or not. I believe educated ones are more dangerous.
Yes. I bet you have certainly some concerns that being victim of some crime activities. Then how do you protect yourself from the crime activities?
As I said, I faced robbery before.
Yes.
After this, when I faced this one, I increased the number of the security, what I mean with security, like the lockers in the houses. We increased we try to make it more safer. We set central alarm system which is connected to police department directly, so in case of breaking, so it will go on. And for the cars, I never park my car anymore to dark places.
Yes,
I always keep it in private auto parks, parking lots, or
with cameras.
yes, somewhere in front of the cameras. You know, this is I be careful about it. This is the most I can do.
Okay, yeah, I see this, and we almost close to approach the end of the talk, and we talk about crime activities in Turkey, and somebody commits crime, and meanwhile others doesn't commit the crime.
Yeah.
And what do you think about that?
And this is like, it sounds kind of pathetic for me, you know, committing the crime, and it's when we see that it's all about money at the end, you know, the crime, it's like, you know, I'm talking about robberies and stuff, so they just want to shortcut to have money, you know, this is it, and this is pathetic for me, you know, people can live with their honors better. Right?
Yes, and do you think this interview is beneficial your vision of the crime, and what do you think about this?
Yeah, it's good to talk about these issues, because people should be aware of this one. So this kind of interviews are beneficial, I believe. You know, and like I will get benefit out of this one as much as you will get it.
Me too.
So.